Hello and welcome to Bamboo Kush Botanicals. Today we are presenting how to clone your cannabis. Plus, you're going to discover why you break the stalks, where to thin the bush, how to clone the clippings, what do you do with the fan leaves, and how much water or nutrients are needed at this stage of the game. So sit back, relax, and just take a look at a very, it's kind of like sped up, so it's really quick, but you get the general idea of how you do these particular things. So if you want the step-by-step instructions, you're going to grab our book, the Bamboo Kush Botanicals How to Grow book, coming out this spring. So here we go, introducing Coach Josh. So now what we're going to do is that Coach Josh is with us, and our audio was, deleted. I was trying to create this video, and, this is how it is. But anyway, those clouds are kind of swirling by. I tried to get rid of them, but I didn't know how. But anyway, here we are, and here's the plants. We're going to take a look and see down deep inside. Let's take a look close to the soil, and we're going to take a look in there, and we're going to kind of thin down this bush. All right, so we want to take the large fan leaves that are growing out near the bottom. We're going to cut those, and we're also going to cut the stalks that are near the bottom of the plant. So there's two layers, two levels of stalks, and we're just going to trim those off. All right, so we have a few that are down there nearest the bottom, near the soil. We're just going to kind of thin that out a little bit. Oh, it's looking great. All right, now we want to make sure we cut all those large fan leaves. We really don't need those in this stage of the grow cycle. And remember, those fan leaves, go ahead and save those. They can be used for so many things. You can use them for your smoothies and your butters, your topical creams, and things like that. There is no THC in this plant when you're using it from this fresh state. Once you dry it and burn it, it becomes THC. But it doesn't have the psychoactive effect in its raw form, so you can go ahead and use that. All right, wonderful. So these trimmings here, what we're going to do is we're going to clone those. Now we have the Clone X, and the Clone X I keep in the refrigerator, so I'm going to go and run and get those and run and get it in just a second. Keep it in a baggie in the refrigerator. So, all right, it's looking pretty good, nice and clean. All right, fantastic. We've got another one that we need to cut there, so let's just take those off. And just want to make room, keep it nice and clean, and give the plant the room it needs to grow. Now, I don't know, Coach was telling me exactly why this happens, but, I was trying to trim, and I'm just kind of learning myself, but this is kind of what you end up doing when you choose Coach Josh and your remote. He'll do a little video call with you, make sure that your plants are growing, they're looking healthy. If you have any problems or, stress on your plant, he's going to be able to detect that remotely. So everything you can do step by step with the coach's help, and you'll be able to grow plants just like this. All right, so we're just in there. Again, we're just kind of trimming it down, and now what we're doing is we're bending those stalks. All right, stalks are nice and strong. We're going to pick a great spot to bend that. All right, there's about 3 or 4 that need to be bent. Don't be afraid. I know when I first bent these stalks, oh, it made me so nervous because, you know, you don't want to bend your flower. So that's okay. It's actually going to benefit the plant by bending the stalk. All right, now there's a special location. Don't just bend it anywhere. There's a special location. The coach is going to tell you exactly where to bend it in order for the plant to flourish and grow, expand, and bloom. All right, so it's all bent over now. It's all clipped. We've got the fan leaves, we've got the clippings, and we've bent over the plant. All right. All right, so there's our jug of water. And that's our nutrient water that we have. The nutrients we go over in a different video, but of course there are several different types of nutrients that are recommended, and we'll go over those in another video. Right now I need to go ahead and grab that Clonex, and I'm going to bring that out and show you what we do next. All right, we're going to take those little trimmings and we're going to, all right, there's a Clonex, and then take your pruning shears and take one of the trimmings, and you're going to cut all the little leaves near the end of that little stalk. Cut all the little leaves off, and then we're going to take our shears and shear off the outside casing of that little stalk. All right. And take off that little skin on the outside, and then we're going to dip it into the Clonex. All right, so that's what we're doing now. We're kind of just shaving off the outside of the stalk. All right, excuse me one moment. All right, we're back. And so... all right, we're just going to trim off the rest of these. There's about 10 or 12 of them, so that's what we're doing right now. Make sure you cut those bottom leaves off just like that, and you want to cut that stalk diagonally. You know how you cut plants and flowers, cut them diagonally so they can absorb the nutrients and the water. Trim, trim, cut, and dip. All right, so trim, we want to shave it on the bottom, and then we're going to cut it diagonally, then we want to dip it into the Clonex, and then we're going to put it in a cup of water. All right, several things going on. Right, so we have them all finished now, and they're all in the cup. Now we need to add some water, but you're not going to put nutrient water in there. You just want your distilled water to add to this cup of clippings, of clones. All right, and the purpose of clones. All right, so the purpose of clones is so that you don't have to keep buying seeds, and so that you don't have to keep germinating and seeding the seedlings. Oh, to me, that is the most difficult part. It takes me so long, and the seeds, sometimes they don't pop and germinate, and it just takes me a really, really long time. So I'm really glad about the cloning process, and I hope that some of these little clippings will make it. All right, so they all might not make it, but if they do, you've got several plants that are ready to go and grow. All right, so we went ahead and added just our plain water, and we're going to stick those back in the tent after we spray them down with a little bit of some ancient amber. Right, there's a little bit of ancient amber. We're going to mix it with a little bit of plain water, shake it up, and spray that particular plant. And then we're going to put them back in the tent, and we're going to be pretty much done for the day. So here we are, just shaking up the ancient amber in the water. We're going to spray it over the plants right now, give them a little bit of water, and then stick them back in the tent. The tent's at about a 77 degrees right now, and there's no extra fan going to keep it warm at this time, but we will be needing to add a fan here really soon. All right, so we've got just a little bit of time left, and if you have any questions on what we did today regarding how you clone the cannabis, what type of cloning formula is needed, and which clippings do you use? If you have any questions, go ahead and leave those down in the comment box. If you want to know why do you break the stalks, where do you break the stalks, and when, go ahead and leave that question below. Where to thin the bush, why are you taking out the fan leaves, things like that. How to clone the clippings. What do you do with the fan leaves? If you want to know how to make some tinctures, go ahead and leave that message, or how much water and nutrients are needed and all that good stuff. So if you're looking for some mentorship and some coaching, go ahead and let us know so we can get you all signed up and ready to grow. All right, well, those fan leaves are looking so cute and adorable. You can also make some art with them as well, and, with some epoxy or things like that, and have a really cool counter with those fan leaves. That'd be really neat with some art, some counters, and things like that. Well, anyway, here we are. And this is the Bamboo Kush Botanicals. Our website is up and coming, along with our social media. So stand by, and we'll see you again really soon. Thanks.